Imagine you're in a club. The place is crowded and you're laughing and trying to hear someone at your table when the fire alarm goes off. The lights flicker and suddenly, darkness. Someone screams and your first thought is, where's the front door? I've got to get to the front door. The only problem is...
everyone else is thinking the exact same thing. That's the problem with a fire in a public place. Everyone runs to the door they came in. Case in point. In 2003 in Rhode Island, 400 plus people were jammed into a nightclub to see a popular heavy metal band. During the set, the band's pyrotechnics ignited the stage and the walls around it. Immediately, the crowd started moving to the main entrance, but the flames spread so quickly and the smoke was so thick and toxic that people began to panic. They began pushing. People fell, and within seconds, bodies were literally blocking the way out. 100 clubgoers died needlessly. Partly because a few people didn't think things through very well. I mean, pyrotechnics inside in a crowded bar, really? But some responsibility for the tragedy also rests on the clubgoers. There were other exits, but most in the audience pushed to get out of one, the one they came in, the entrance. And that's what this video is all about, taking responsibility for your own safety in case of a fire. Now, when you walk into a public place, a club, restaurant, theater, hotel ballroom, think what your exit strategy would be. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. What are the chances something like this would ever happen to me? Well, let me tell you. After the Rhode Island club fire, the Texas State Fire Marshal's office wondered the same thing. What were the chances something like that could happen in Texas? So, the fire marshal sent inspectors to 8 randomly selected counties and examined 189 clubs and bars. Of those 189 facilities, 182, fully 96%, had exit violations. That's what you're up against. And that's why you need to have an exit strategy. Let me show you a few simple things to look for when you walk into any public place. First, exit signs. Duh. There's one above the door you just walked in, but remember, in a fire, everyone runs to this door, so look for other exit signs as well. Depending on the size of the place, there will be at least one more and probably 2 or 3 or 4 more exit signs. Make a mental picture of where they are, because in a fire, there's also smoke. Thick, often toxic smoke. Pinpointing and remembering where those exit signs are in advance could save your life. Oh yeah, windows. Seems kind of obvious, but if you're on the ground floor, windows can be exits as well. Here's something else to think about. Doors. Exit signs show you where there are exit doors. The question is the door locked? Sometimes store and restaurant managers lock and even barricade back and side doors in an effort to keep people from sneaking in and out. Crazy, I know. Also ask yourself, is there a clear, uncluttered pathway to the exit door? Store managers, trying to maximize floor space, have been known to build displays right in front of an exit door. In smaller clubs, musicians sometimes stack their equipment cases in hallways leading to exit doors because there's no other place to put them. And how often have you seen empty beer bottles and trash piled in back hallways in front of the back door? If the smoke is thick and toxic and you can't see or breathe, how well do you think dozens of panicked people will be able to traverse that little obstacle course? So, in your exit strategy, make a mental note of where there are exit signs and if you can actually escape through those exit doors. If you see a door that is locked or blocked, point it out to the manager immediately. If he or she doesn't do something about it right away, call the local fire marshal. Like I said, take responsibility for your own safety. Don't leave it up to some yahoo. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, crowds. How crowded is the place you're in? Clubs, restaurants, concert venues, they all have occupancy load limitations. If people are jammed in like sardines, start moving to an exit. If hallways and doors are also packed, call the fire marshal. Remember, the life you save may be your own and 5 of your best friends. And while on the subject, in a crowded place where alcohol is involved, safety goes right out the window. Weddings, fraternity and sorority parties, 4th of July, New Year's Eve, If you're partying with a large group of people in a big room where there are fireworks or low-strung halogen lights or space heaters present, maybe you shouldn't be. Just saying. One last thing, decorations. People love to decorate. Could be something as simple as a poster hung next to a hot light fixture, or banners or streamers hanging on the wall next to or over candles or space heaters or warming plates. If you notice any of these things, or wall sockets jammed with extension cords, congratulations, you're standing in the middle of a fire trap. So, what have we learned? When you walk into a public place, get in the habit of mentally creating an exit strategy. Notice where the exit signs are and where there are windows. Make sure the exit doors are unlocked from the inside and not blocked. And look to see that you're not needlessly putting yourself in harm's way. That decorations are not hanging next to candles, hot lights, or other heating sources. And that the room is not so crowded that you can't easily move to an exit. Simple things, but they can save your life. Because if you're in a crowded place and the fire alarm goes off and the lights begin to flicker and the place is filling up with smoke, the first thing that enters your mind will be, where's the front door? I've got to get to the front door. The only problem is, everyone else is thinking the exact same thing. When you enter a public place, make sure you have an exit strategy. And keep in mind, the best way out may not be the way in. You can learn a lot more by visiting haveanexitstrategy.com. This appeal is from your Texas State Fire Marshal.